Excellent. Okay. Well, hello and welcome everyone to the Sustainable AI Aviation Student Innovation Challenge Kickoff event. Et bienvenue à tous à notre célébration de la début de notre défi centré sur l'aviation durable. My name is Brett Hodis, and I'm part of the leadership team here at TechNation, one of your hosts for this challenge. My role at the organization is Executive Director, Future Workforce Development Strategy. Et en français, Directeur exécutif, Stratégie de développement de la future main-d'œuvre. Basically, what this means is that I have the privilege of working alongside many of Canada's leading tech companies who comprise our association's membership, including TCS, to ensure our sector's workforce has the skills and experience needed to thrive in tomorrow's workforce. En essence, je travaille à côté de nombreuses entreprises technologiques de premier plan au Canada, certainement ceux qui composent les membres de notre association technologique. Et nous collaborons pour garantir que la main-d'œuvre de notre secteur possède des compétences et l'expérience nécessaires pour prospérer dans la main-d'œuvre de demain. We are pleased to present this fantastic experiential learning opportunity alongside our partners at TCS and Bombardier. As well, this project is delivered as part of TechNation's Career Ready program, which is funded in part by the Government of Canada's Student Work Placement program. We have a few speakers lined up for you to enjoy today, but before we go over to the challenge logistics and respond to any questions that you might have in the last quarter of our hour together, please remember to reserve your questions for the question period. Nous sommes heureux de présenter cette fantastique opportunité d'apprentissage expérientiel à côté de nos partenaires TCS et Bombardier. De plus, ce projet est réalisé dans le cadre du programme Career Ready de TechNation, qui est financé en partie de le programme des stages pratiques pour les étudiants du gouvernement du Canada. Nous avons quelques présentateurs prévus aujourd'hui avant de vous offrir la logistique du défi. Vous pourriez poser des questions au cours des 15 minutes dernières de l'événement aujourd'hui. Here to further introduce TechNation, je vous présente our President and CEO, Angela Mondou.
Bonjour tout le monde, ça me fait grand plaisir d'être ici avec vous. Je suis la présidente de TechNation, and TechNation, in case you don't know, is Canada's leading technology association. We unite government, industry, academia, and our real goal at the end of the day is to drive prosperity across Canada through the tech sector, which right now is worth about $125 billion of Canada's economy and the fastest growing sector. So pretty exciting to be bringing this challenge to all of you today. Our members include Canadian innovators, global innovators, technology multinationals, and one of our main goals is really to drive digital innovation across Canada, which is why we are all here today, because that's exactly what we're focused on through this challenge. Super excited to be here with all of you young talent who have a tremendous future ahead of you and huge opportunities in terms of the tech sector and working alongside companies in Canada's top tiers like TCS and Bombardier, who have become phenomenal partners of ours in supporting these kinds of programs. Today's Sustainable Aviation Challenge is part of our Career Ready series, as you heard from Brett, around future talent innovation challenges. We've hosted a number of these successful challenges in partnership with industry in the past, and we see these challenges as powerful opportunities to prepare talent across Canada for, one, your future in the tech sector, two, to create innovation across Canada and really be a part of Canada's ecosystem in the tech sector as well. So exciting for all of you to be able to participate in this event today. Our programs definitely provide opportunities for everybody to learn directly from the industry experts that you're going to be working with, to apply your skills, to connect with potential employers I was and still am a huge fan of these kinds of programs. I used to work at BlackBerry and over the years hired 10 different interns at BlackBerry, many of whom became permanent employees in BlackBerry and now big leaders in the tech sector. So lots of future and lots of excitement in this space for sure. Today, we're going to be, sorry, let me just see where I am on this page. Just to, back up a little bit, I want to talk a bit about AI, which obviously is having a huge impact on productivity and innovation for Canadian businesses. Our Canadian AI market right now is established at $6.5 billion. The opportunities for companies to grow leveraging AI is absolutely immense over the next 10 years. We have a projected annual growth of AI in Canada alone at 33.9%. But from 23 to 28, that's $28.2 billion that we're going to be looking at as well. So obviously, fast growth, an exciting space. The talent really in the Canadian AI job market has accelerated and is really focused towards now more specialized AI skills. These skills and the demand for these skills in the last few years have grown from, not grown from, but grown by, since 2018, 3,730%, which is immense. So all that to say, all of you are looking at a really exciting future, an exciting space, impactful projects like you're going to be talking about today, and also supported by these brilliant companies and brilliant industry leaders with our partners at TCS and Bombardier in the business aviation industry. And so what else can I say? Best of luck. Excited to have you all here. And over to you, Brett. Thanks so much.
Excellent. Merci, Angela. Up next, from TCS, nous avons Palab Dalla pour vous présenter. He's the head of TCS PACE Canada.
Bonjour à tous. C'est un plaisir de vous accueillir aujourd'hui. Merci à Bombardier et à Technician de s'associer à nous dans le cadre de cette excellente occasion de rencontrer et d'innovation. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet all of you today. A big thank you to Bombardier and Technician for partnering with us in this fantastic opportunity to come together and innovate. I look after innovation in Canada for TCS. TCS, as you know, is among the top 5 IT services companies globally and also in Canada. We have a long legacy of delivering innovation through generations. Brett, if you can go to the next slide, please. Here is a snapshot of how we are placed globally. We have 600,000 employees coming from 152 nationalities who are helping our customers transform their business. In Canada, we are having 10,000 people coast to coast, and we have a very strong presence in Quebec. In my role, I interact with a lot of people coming from startups communities or students who have brilliant ideas to experiment with. At TCS, we host a number of technology challenges, including a coding competition named Code Vita. The Guinness Book of World Records listed TCS Code Vita as world's largest programming contest, with registrations from 98 countries, making it a true global phenomenon. I'm sure some of you must have participated in the same. This year, we had a very strong presence from Canada after the preliminary round of Code Vita. While Code Vita is a platform to showcase our programming skills, the real impact is, however, seen in identifying problem solving and creating a solution around it. This requires skill beyond programming. If you go to the next slide, do you know 72% of the people who participate in innovation challenges say they learn new skills they never thought they could master in such a short time? Also, 55% of such innovation projects evolve into real world applications or business ideas. If we look at the different disruptions that we have seen in the recent past from some familiar products, Duolingo is one of the fantastic app. When we are trying to learn new languages, it is the app that we always go to. The chatbot feature for conversation practice, one of the most engaging component of Duolingo, an app that I often use. It was born during an ideation challenge, a simple event that is bringing creative minds together, adding a fantastic value to an already remarkable app. Do you use Slack to communicate? Slack, the go-to communication platform for teams, was also a product of an idea hackathon while they were creating the video game named Glitch. We all know Facebook, the much discussed and iconic like button in Facebook. That was also an outcome of their internal ideation session. In TCS, we host many such ideation sessions. And the last ideation session we concluded at TCS with a large credit union coalition. The winning team didn't just win the cash prize for their absolutely stellar idea. Their concept was so impactful that Microsoft adopted it to their product suite. Today, we are gathering together to talk about sustainable aviation. It's a very pertinent idea for today, and technology can impact from various possible layers into this. If we go to the next set of slides, a few more. This one, yes, thank you. If you are thinking of how AI can impact, there are three possible buckets that we typically look at and the projects that we are trying to transform our business. The first one is assist, where a machine boosts the human capabilities. In assist, AI can streamline the way we do things today. It can write code, it can debug, it can generate images, it can suggest improvements. It collects data, creates report, check for corrections. In essence, augments all the human effort in a faster and more productive way. In the next slide, we talk about augment, something that we aspire to do today, but we did not have the technology ability to do so far. AI gives us the amplified reach of what we are doing and giving us the idea, a reach and scale that we did not think was possible. Imagine building an app for locals and then suddenly become a global platform, all thanks to AI's ability to localize languages, optimize algorithms, and predict trends. The third component is transform. This is where the real magic happens. So if we aspire to think the way we will do aviation tomorrow, completely different from how it is today, we can think of transform, where AI can completely disrupt the status quo and enabling you to create solutions that seemed impossible before. If it is tackling climate change, addressing accessibility, improving healthcare, and many other aspects, AI will be able to help you in addressing some of these and essentially helping you to create solution around these areas. When we are talking about idea hackathons and coming together to brainstorm and create cases, I thought I will give you some of the strategies and tips that might help you in this competition. So in the next slide, we listed down a few key points to remember. The first one, most important, is defining a clear goal, that this is the problem that we are trying to solve. If the problem is interesting enough and desirable, then technology is definitely going to create a feasibility of it, and it will be unique positioning of your idea that will take you forward. As we started with, these idea sessions are not essentially a coding platform. It requires people from various backgrounds and bringing the different perspectives to the solutioning. So always try to assemble a diverse team who can bring in different perspective to strengthen your proposition. The third point is ensuring the solution is desirable. So often we try to solve a technical problem, but it does not create a real benefit for the end users. So make sure that the solution is desirable. To that, the fourth point of prioritizing user needs comes very important, that whether it is actually solving and simplifying the people who are going to use it. So that essentially creates the solution unique above other competitions. And a very important thing for any competition like this, there is a time schedule that we have to follow. And it is very important to break down your entire duration of the competition into strategy creation, planning, execution, pitch preparation, and few others. So time management and optimizing that becomes very important perspective to follow. And the final one, essentially, your idea will be seen through the speech. So creating a standout pitch becomes very important to make a mark of a remarkable idea. So with that, all the people who are assembling here, good luck to all of you. And as you dive into this hackathon, I would recommend don't hold back in your creativity. Let your creativity fly, your collaborations shine, and your ideas dazzles. Maybe the next big innovation starts with you. So bring your imagination, your creativity, and maybe even your wildest ideas. Good luck to all of you, and may the best ideas win. Thank you.
Parfait, merci Pala. Our final speaker before the logistics review and Q&A session is from our event partners at Bombardier. Notre dernier présentateur, avant d'offrir la logistique et d'organiser la session de questions-réponses, je vous présente de Bombardier, Brigitte Larivière, Vice President and Chief Information Officer, vice-présidente et chef de l'information.
Bonjour tout le monde. Merci beaucoup de vous être joints à nous. Je voudrais aussi prendre le temps de dire merci à aux gens qui ont organisé la session TCS Technician d'avoir rendu ce défi-là possible, donc qui commence aujourd'hui. Donc, moi, je vais vous parler de Bombardier, donc un survol de Bombardier. Si on peut aller sur la prochaine diapositive. Donc, Bombardier, on existe depuis 1942. On a commencé avec les snowmobiles. Donc, tu peux bouger la slide sur la prochaine page si tu veux. Merci beaucoup. Donc, on a commencé en 1942 avec snowmobile. C'était très important pour Joseph Armand Bombardier d'être capable de déplacer des gens même en hiver au Québec. C'est pour ça que la compagnie a commencé avec la neige et les skidoo. Donc, depuis, on a travaillé sur différents produits, mais toujours avec l'intention de bouger les gens à travers le monde. En ce moment, Bombardier se focus sur les avions d'affaires. On a la famille des Challenger et la famille des Global, deux différents modèles d'avions pour nos clients d'affaires, mais aussi, vous voyez vers la droite de la page, la partie défense, qui n'est pas seulement une partie militaire, mais qui est aussi beaucoup d'avions spécialisés. Donc, des avions qui peuvent aider sur la surveillance, mais aussi du côté médical et tout ça. Je vais vous en parler un petit peu plus loin dans la présentation. Ce qui est très important pour Bombardier, c'est qu'on commence dès le début. Donc, on a des idées pour les produits qu'on veut produire. On a déjà créé des produits qui ont ouvert des marchés qui n'existaient pas. Donc, pour nous, l'innovation, c'est très important. Donc, on conçoit nos produits. On pense à ce qu'on veut mettre sur le marché. On les fabrique. Donc, on fabrique nos produits. On les sert nos clients en service, que ce soit des clients des gouvernements, que ce soit des entreprises ou des milliardaires. Donc, on dessert nos clients à travers le monde. Et on a aussi une branche qu'on appelle défense, mais qui est là pour supporter tous nos avions qui sont spécialisés. Donc, souvent, ce qui arrive avec la défense, ou en fait tout le temps, c'est qu'on vend un modèle d'avion. Nos Challengers sont très bien positionnés pour ça. Et dépendant du besoin du client, on modifie l'avion pour servir le besoin. On a un total en ce moment de 18 300 employés à travers le monde. Beaucoup de talents. L'aviation, c'est très spécialisé. Donc, beaucoup de talents à travers le monde. On a 9 600 employés au Québec. Donc, un petit peu plus de la moitié de nos employés sont au Québec. Si on va sur la prochaine slide, merci beaucoup. Donc, en service, c'est très, très important pour nous. Comprenez que nos clients sont on n'a pas une masse de clients énorme comme l'automobile, mais c'est très, très important pour nous que nos clients soient fidèles. Pour être fidèles, donc, notre produit doit performer, mais on doit aussi être capable de servir nos clients à travers le monde. Les avions, c'est un peu le même principe que l'automobile. Donc, quand tu as un avion, tu dois avoir de la maintenance sur l'avion. Tu dois t'assurer que s'il y a des choses à réparer, mais il y a aussi, comme on l'a avec l'automobile, beaucoup d'espace où tu dois faire des vérifications. C'est très important. Là. Quand on vole un avion, il n'y a pas de chemin à côté pour se tasser si ça ne va pas bien. Donc, c'est très, très, très important. Beaucoup de normes à suivre. Donc, on a en place un réseau très important de pièces de rechange, de maintenance à travers le monde. C'est des réseaux qui roulent 24/7. Donc, quand les clients arrivent, des fois, c'est de la maintenance prévue, mais des fois, c'est de la maintenance imprévue. Ils ont besoin de leur avion et s'attendent à ce qu'on les supporte rapidement. Vous voyez, 70 000 pièces transportées chaque mois pour nos clients à travers le monde. Donc, on a des bases dans le monde où on a des pièces, mais on bouge nos pièces pour aller desservir nos clients là où ils en ont besoin. On a une flotte d'environ 5 000 avions qui volent présentement à travers le monde. Et puis, c'est très important pour les clients qu'ils soient capables, peu importe où est-ce qu'ils sont, d'avoir un service rapide et professionnel pour être capable de repartir et de voler leurs avions. Si on bouge sur la prochaine slide, merci beaucoup, on va parler de l'engagement de Bombardier pour le développement durable. Vous voyez à gauche complètement, on parle du carburant d'aviation. Nous, quand on prépare un avion, que ce soit en test ou pour préparer l'avion pour le client, on fait des vols. Donc, l'avion a volé un certain nombre de fois. Donc, tous nos vols sont avec du carburant d'aviation durable, qui s'appelle l'acronyme SAF, donc Sustainable Aviation Fuel. C'est très important pour nous parce que ça contribue pour être capable d'avoir du développement durable. On a aussi l'impact environnemental sur nos avions en service. Tous nos avions ont des déclarations, ils sont disponibles, vous pouvez y avoir accès. C'est très important pour nous que les gens comprennent les efforts qui sont faits et l'émission de chacun de nos modèles d'avions. Souvent, on va voir l'aviation comme étant une partie qui dépense beaucoup de carburant, qui a un gros impact sur l'environnement. Donc, on veut s'assurer que les gens comprennent bien de bout en bout comment nos avions son impact, mais aussi qu'est-ce qu'on fait, nous, Bombardier, pour s'assurer que nos avions deviennent de plus en plus sustainable, avec le durable dans le temps pour l'environnement, pour aussi tous les différents aspects là, du développement durable. C'est pas juste le carburant, ça en fait partie, mais il y a plein d'autres aspects à ça. Solution à long terme. Vous voyez à droite complètement notre EcoJet, vous en avez sûrement entendu parler, on a passé plusieurs fois aux nouvelles. Ça a commencé il y a à peu près 16 ans, donc fait longtemps qu'on travaille sur des modèles. Très, très important pour nous parce que la géométrie de l'avion et la propulsion, les moteurs sur l'avion, peut-être on peut aller sur la prochaine étape, sur la prochaine slide pour voir plus notre EcoJet. Donc, l'aérodynamique de l'avion et la propulsion sont très, très, très importants pour diminuer les émissions de gaz. Le modèle qu'on a, la configuration qu'on a en ce moment, donc on a commencé avec un plus petit drone. On a un drone qui est maintenant pas à grandeur réelle, mais beaucoup plus gros. Vous voyez l'image au-dessus, c'est une vraie photo. La configuration qui est en place maintenant, on est capable d'aller chercher un 20% de réduction de CO2. Et il y a d'autres façons aussi d'améliorer la performance. Donc, on continue de travailler. C'est pas un avion qui est prêt à être déployé ou envoyé en production, mais c'est un avion qui a beaucoup de potentiel pour le futur. Donc, on continue de travailler sur cet avion-là et s'assurer qu'on est prêt à déployer quand ça sera le temps. Les essais que nous avons effectués jusqu'à maintenant sont très, très performants. Donc, on a encore des améliorations en poche dès que l'équipe travaille fort, mais vous allez voir ça arriver à un moment donné dans le temps. Prochaine diapositive, merci beaucoup. Donc, les Bombardier, on a commencé notre voyage, nos essais d'intelligence artificielle il y a à peu près 5 ans. Mais on a commencé sur des choses beaucoup plus petites au départ. On voulait comprendre, s'assurer qu'on avait l'information. C'est toujours ça le nerf de la guerre quand on est en intelligence artificielle. Est-ce qu'on a des use cases ou des cas intéressants et est-ce qu'on a le data pour être capable d'avancer? Donc, on a travaillé sur la prévision de l'inventaire. Donc, on a des petites initiatives qui ont été mises en place sur l'inventaire. Smart Link Plus, donc la maintenance préventive. Donc, on a fait des initiatives de ce côté-là. Et on travaille aussi sur comment on peut améliorer les recommandations au niveau des ventes, que ce soit au niveau du client, les besoins du client, etc. Donc, on a des initiatives qui sont déjà en cours sur ces différents secteurs-là. Vous allez voir dans la prochaine diapositive pour le défi, on va rester dans les mêmes créneaux, si on veut, pour s'assurer qu'on continue d'avancer sur ces thèmes-là qui sont très importants. Donc, on vous en propose 4. Donc, la prévision des stocks de pièces détachées. Donc, on a énormément, vous avez vu dans l'information que je vous ai donnée, énormément de pièces à travers le monde. Donc, comment on s'assure d'avoir les bonnes pièces à la bonne place au bon moment? Donc, c'est très important pour nous, très important pour les clients. Ça fait une différence. Donc, si on est capable d'avoir de la visibilité sur les maintenances ou les bris potentiels, parce qu'on commence à avoir du data sur nos avions, d'être capable de prévoir, d'avoir des pièces au bon moment dans les bonnes régions du monde. Smart Link Plus, donc les programmes de maintenance. Donc, on a énormément d'informations qui arrivent de nos avions, à savoir comment l'avion performe. Et donc, être capable d'avoir de plus en plus de données pour dire, bien, à la lumière de ce qu'on voit, on aurait besoin de prévoir une maintenance dans le prochain mois parce qu'on voit une certaine détérioration, une certaine tangente et être capable de planifier avec le client, d'avoir sa maintenance programmée plutôt que d'attendre et d'avoir un impact sur le client et sur le vol ou les vols programmés par le client. Mise à jour des infrastructures dans le monde. Comme vous voyez, on a énormément de sites. On a des sites de production, on a aussi des sites de services à travers le monde. Donc, comment on s'assure d'avoir les bonnes infrastructures aux bonnes places? Donc, est-ce qu'on fabrique les pièces? Est-ce qu'on peut soit fabriquer, soit distribuer les pièces à des places différentes qui vont permettre de minimiser le transport des pièces, minimiser l'inventaire requis? Donc, ça, c'est un enjeu pour nous à travers le monde. Vous voyez, on a plusieurs usines de fabrication. On a des lignes de montage au Canada, aux États-Unis, au Mexique. Donc, est-ce qu'on a maximisé le transport de nos pièces pour nos avions en fabrication et aussi pour les pièces qui sont en service? Et on continue notre recherche pour des émissions nettes, donc d'ici 2050. Donc, il y a énormément de recherche qui se fait. Donc, si vous avez des idées, si vous avez de l'intérêt des idées pour contribuer, c'est aussi un domaine qui nous intéresse. Donc, c'est les 4 créneaux qu'on veut focuser au travers ce défi-là. Donc, je vous laisse penser à ça. Et puis, juste vous dire que pour nous, Bombardier, comme on dit, on a commencé quelques années en arrière, mais on voit énormément de potentiel dans l'utilisation de l'intelligence artificielle dans notre business. Donc, c'est important là, qu'on continue d'avancer. Puis, on compte sur vous. Vous êtes les talents, ça a déjà été dit, mais vous êtes les talents d'aujourd'hui qui vont nous amener là où on a besoin d'être demain. Donc, j'espère voir des projets intéressants, puis des gens qui ont de l'intérêt pour l'aviation, puis faire avancer Bombardier, rencontrer ses objectifs à court, moyen et long terme. Donc, merci beaucoup. C'est terminé pour moi. Est-ce que Brett reprend la parole? Merci.
Parfait. Merci beaucoup, Brigitte. I love that presentation and Palab's as well. I hope it serves as inspiration pour vos projets. Maintenant, je vous introduis à notre bon collègue Tim Sidock. He is responsible for planning all of our programming events and challenges and marketing and outreach of all of these events as well to make sure that they end up in the hands of the student participants. And he will be fielding all of the questions related to the logistics and facilitating the Q&A for the challenge. And I, as well as the other speakers, wish you all the best of luck with your projects, and take care.
Hi, folks. My name is Tim Sidok, and I'm here to review all the logistics. So I'm just going to walk you through the event page, which will in turn kind of go through all those steps that you need to take and what we're looking for an end product. So Haley, if you could pull up my screen. Yeah, there you go. So this is the landing page for our challenge and where you would register, where all the teams are able to form, as well as submissions and mentors. Everything goes through this platform. So it's a one-stop shop for you. So sustainable aviation, we're basically looking for you to use AI to better the processes and sustainability of Bombardier's internal workings. So first up, we always like to talk about the prizes. So big prizes here, $2,000 per person for first position, as well as second gets $1,250 and third gets $750 per person. Now, on top of this, the winning team will also be eligible for a paid internship at Bombardier or TCS, which is really big news, and we're really excited to offer this. So thank you to our partners for that. Moving on to the challenge details. So when we look at AI and how to help Bombardier, we've kind of come up with some prompts here. Think of them as categories. I'm not going to read them all. I'll leave it to you to kind of dig in here a little more. But we're giving you some prompting questions to help your thought process of what AI could be used for and how they're looking at being more sustainable as a company. The evaluation criteria that we're looking at, so 30% will be based on originality and innovation. So make sure you complete your competitive analysis. Make sure you look out there to see if there's other solutions like the idea that you have, because it might already exist. And how are you going to differentiate yourself from that idea if it already exists? Next up, we have technical excellence. So this is where we're looking for, how you're using AI and how you're using different technical aspects of stacking and all the things that I don't know with my marketing brain, but you folks will. And then next up, we're looking for team diversity and complementary skills. So when we're looking at diversity, I think Palab touched on it earlier, but we're looking at a well-rounded team. So not just all coders or engineers have different perspectives come to the table, and that will really help you form a really good idea. And we also judge on it. So think about that when you're forming your team, is how could each of you have different skills, but bring them together for a really good idea. And then lastly, we look for impact and feasibility. So is this idea realistic? How much does it cost? Will people pay for it? Because this is Bombardier, like their internal workings, is it something that they'll actually use? Is it user-friendly? Can they easily integrate it into their systems? Things like that. So that's our criteria that the juries will evaluate you on. And the top 25 teams will be based on this, as well as, going into phase 2 and narrowing it down to the top 5. And then the final pitch event will all be using this evaluation criteria. On this page, the last that is here is the eligibility and rules. So just to, I will read all of these because they're important. So you must be a post-secondary student enrolled at a Quebec institution. So you could be an international student or you could be studying abroad, but you have to be enrolled in a Quebec institution. Teams must be 2 to 4 people. There'll be no acceptance to this rule. So we won't allow 5 people or 1 person to do it all. But teams are 2 to 4. All team members must be currently enrolled in a post-secondary school. I think we kind of covered that on the first one, but you have to be a current student, not recently graduated. But in order to be eligible for those internships, we need you to be a current post-secondary student. And then be able to physically work in Quebec when hired. So although, international students are welcome to compete in the challenge, the internship, I think this is what it really surrounds, is the internship, is if you're able to work in Quebec. But you're still welcome to compete in the overall challenge if you're just looking at building a product and winning some prize money and the experience. And then lastly of our eligibility is that it cannot be an idea that you've used in any other pitch event, school project, grant proposal. It can't be, this isn't a business seed competition. We are just looking for you to come to this competition with fresh outlook on things and create an idea right here and make it happen. So moving on to the stages and your deliverables. So here we are today at the virtual kickoff event. So this is just to give you a little bit of foundational knowledge of the partners as well as what we're looking for. So here we are. You have until February 5th to register and submit an ideation PowerPoint presentation. So don't overthink this. We're looking for 5 to 7 pages, very high level, who your team is, what those complementary skills are, what your idea is, like I said, at a high level, and how are you going to solve this problem, or what category are you solving using AI. So just make sure you look at the criteria and answer all those questions in a 5 to 7 page PowerPoint presentation. We will use those ideas to narrow down the top 25 teams. And in the next phase, those 25 teams will have the opportunity to be matched with a mentor, and they'll help you build your idea. They'll have weekly meetings with you and help you build your idea to make sure it's super successful. So our mentors are from TCS, Bombardier, as well as TechNation, and perhaps some of our members. So we have some great people for you to be paired with, and this is really exciting for you to develop your idea. So after this phase, after you develop your idea with your mentor, is what you're going to submit is a 5 to 7 minute, 3 to 5 minute video presentation, pitching your idea, your solution, the technology behind it, and all the criteria that I talked about. So it's up to you how you make that presentation look, but we do suggest that you have all teammates participate. We just want to make sure you all have an equal share in this project, and it also speaks well to the jury having you all involved in this process. So the last stage of this whole event is the final pitch event. So that'll be happening on March 20th. But before that, the jury will select who those top 5 teams are. So you'll have to submit that 3 to 5 minute video pitch by February 23rd. And then our virtual jury will have 2 days to review everything and see who the top 5 teams are who will be invited to the final pitch event. Now you have 3.5 weeks, I suppose, to develop that idea even further, and you will continue working with your mentors, those top 5 teams. But we gave you a little bit more time in this area because the final pitch event is in person in Montreal, or Dorval, I should say, at the Bombardier Completion Center. So we'd like everybody, even if you're in Quebec City or Sherbrooke or whatever, we would like you to come to Montreal if possible. We can offer hybrid if needed, but our partners will be helping arrange that travel and compensating it to make sure that you can be here. So yeah, March 20th will be our final pitch event, and you'll be able to mingle with executives from all 3 partners who will be there to judge your presentations. You'll also get a site tour of the Bombardier Completion Center. The next page just goes over all of the partners. If you'd like to learn more about all of us, just click on this link and you can click out to all of our company information. On this page, we have all the resources. So there's a lot to know about Bombardier and their internal workings and how you can use AI to help build the solution. So they've included a lot of links here to different YouTube webinars or information sessions. There's different studies and lots of reading here for you, as well as TCS has put some AI for business study information there. So make sure you utilize all the resources you have at hand, and it'll really help you formulate your idea. And like I said, on this platform, everything runs through here, even creating your teams. Once you log into the background, there's a bit of a different system you'll see, but all in all, you have team captains who accept or invite people into their teams, and then you form them all, and then you press completed. You can customize your backgrounds. You can tell teams what you're looking for, what kind of skills you're looking for as well. You can list. So it's pretty innovative back there, and it'll really help you find the right team for you if you're coming alone. Or you could come with 4 or 3 of your friends and build a team of your own. That's totally okay too. But in the back end of the system, you'll see different ways to chat with your team, to chat with your mentors, to ask questions with the administrators. Anything you need is on this system. So please make sure you sign up and register. And I think that's all I have to say. So if there are any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out now or through the platform. And it doesn't look like any questions are there right now, but I'll just hang on a moment. Okay, well, I guess that is all we have for you today, folks. Thank you very much for attending, and thank you very much for speakers, Angela, Plab, and Brigitte, and our partners, TCS and Bombardier. So we're really excited to host this, and can't wait to see what you submit.